What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Pac-12 football channel. And our 2019 college football schedule previews continue with the Washington State Cougars. You can see their schedule on your screen. It was a great year for them last year, 11-2. They were one win away from going to the Pac-12 championship game and then potentially maybe even getting to the playoffs. I don't really think they would have gotten there, but there would have at least been an argument, a discussion there at the end of the day. So it was a great year for them, even though they did lose that game to Washington. And with Mike Leach, it's all about the quarterback position. Gardner Minshew is gone. So who are they going to have at quarterback? You like their chances. They seem to usually find someone, whether it's a transfer or a young guy on the roster. They've had some success in recent years at that quarterback position. So you would assume that they're going to have success again, but there's no guarantee. And other than that, I mean, they lose James Williams at running back. They're all-purpose back. Some guys on defense, but overall, I think there's plenty of talent coming back, and that if this team has a really good quarterback, they can be one of the better teams once again in the Pac-12. As you go through the schedule, they open up with New Mexico State, then Northern Colorado, Houston, and that game is at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's not a home game for Houston, but I mean, it basically is. The game's in Houston. UCLA at home, at Utah, at Arizona State, Colorado, at Oregon, at Cal, Stanford, Oregon State, and on the road at Washington. So they've got their two toughest games probably in the division, Oregon and Washington, both on the road. That is not a very good setup when you look at that. Stanford's at home. That could be a big game. They also play Utah on the road. That's going to be a really tough game. So their Pac-12 schedule is pretty tough. Non-conference schedule is pretty weak. Again, New Mexico State, Northern Colorado, and then Houston. That's a game that they may not win, but it's not like they're playing a powerhouse team. So how will they do with this schedule? I think you can give them a couple of easy wins. I think New Mexico State, Northern Colorado to kick off the season will be wins. And it's nice to have these types of games early, especially breaking in a new quarterback. So if they can get a couple of wins, build their confidence up, I think that would go a long way to helping this team out throughout the season. Then you go to that next tier of games, the games that Washington State should win, not guaranteed wins, but the games that they should win. And we have to go to the one conference game, and that is Oregon State. I know I've done this for, I think, every team so far with Oregon State, but this is just a program that's not very good right now. Even though they might be a little better next year, I don't see them winning a game against Washington State, especially at Washington State. So that gets you 3 wins. Then you look at the rest of the schedule, and every other game is a game that, you know, could go either way. Houston, going to be a pretty tough game. UCLA going to be improved. Utah on the road. Arizona State on the road. Colorado's a game Washington State will probably be favored in, again, if they can get a quarterback. Oregon and Cal on the road will be very tough. Stanford going to be a tough game. Then on the road at Washington to close out the season. They'll probably win some of these games, but they will probably lose some of them as well. I don't see this team getting back to double-digit wins, at least not in the regular season. The schedule is just too tough. Again, Utah is going to be a good football team. UCLA is going to be a lot better. It's just going to be a tough road here in the Pac-12. So I think, you know, best case scenario, they maybe get to 9 wins. I think you could get a win in a lot of these games, but I don't really see them beating Oregon and Washington on the road. And then probably Utah is going to be tough on the road. So even if they win one of those games, they might lose to someone else. I think 9 wins, again, would be about the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I think, is about 6 wins. I do see them at least getting to a bowl game. You know, worst case scenario, they get these 3 wins. They should beat Colorado. And then I think they'll win a couple more. I mean, Cal's on the road, but that's a very winnable game. UCLA's at home. Houston is a winnable game. So I think this team could get to 6 wins. It wouldn't be shocking to see them at 5-7 with this schedule. But I feel, again, pretty confident with Mike Leach there at Washington State that they will get to 6 wins at least. And then possibly even up as far as 9 wins. So that's kind of my projected record for Washington State. Not sure how I will pick for them. I may have them at 6-6. I might have them at 9-3. I might have them at 7-5 or 8-4. I really don't know at this point. But again, the schedule's pretty tough in the conference. Non-conference pretty weak. And we'll see how it all plays out. Thank you for watching this video. If you're a Pac-12 football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in Pac-12 football, keep it right here.